Howdy friends and family, Jake here at GD Honey Acres. I pray you're doing well wherever you are, whenever you are. Pray you had a great Mother's Day. It is Mother's Day today, Sunday. I just hope everyone's doing great. It's been a good day for us so far. We are going to be getting to the hives today, of course. As you can see, I'm going to be doing something a little different here. When I go to inspect on Sophia, I'm going to go ahead and put my GoPro inside this here, and we're going to get some footage of that inspection. I might do a couple others. We'll see. I might go do a deep dive on that to show you how I inspect. I'll probably go through while we're inspecting and just tell you exactly what I'm looking for, what I'm looking at. What I'm hoping to kind of see is that they're built out big enough that we're going to find some swarm cells, because if we are, we're going to start splitting over into the other hives that the colonies no longer exist. Right now I'm seeing a lot of activity in the two hives directly behind me. Sophia, of course, she's just going nuts. Lagartha's doing well. I think maybe Joan, if I remember right, she was doing well too. So let's go ahead. I'm going to just go ahead and set up a time lapse. I'm going to start running through all these, and as soon as we get over to Sophia, I'm going to switch the GoPro over to this harness, and we'll get rocking. All right.
I'll do a bee dance.
Do the waggle dance. Waggle, 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 waggle. Got quite a few on this. And there is some captive brood. There we have it. Got her Dunsky. Man, she's gorgeous. Guys, we found our queen.
Finally.
See that? All right, so we've got Leia, Goonhild, we've got No Name Hive, and we've got Lagartha are all alive. They're all queen right. They're all doing good. So we're gonna go to Sophia. We lost Torvi. She was just, yeah, she was just too small to make it anymore. So now we're gonna go to Sophia. I did see about 2 queen cups in Goonhild, but nothing in them, no eggs, nothing laid in, no, yeah, just not there yet. So we're gonna have to come back out easily in minimum 2 weeks. You wanna be around 12 to 14 days, and then if they are ready to swarm by then, because this one's being a powerhouse, this one's a powerhouse, they are just packed full of bees right now. They're packed full of eggs, packed full of cat brood. The No Name Hive, they've got loads of eggs too. Lagartha, she's a little slow right now, but she will catch up. She's got lots of cat brood and eggs too, so they're going to expand and explode as well. So, let's get into Sophia Hive. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to smoke. What the smoke does is it triggers a response from them. And basically that response is saying, hey, we might have a fire near. So everybody, we need to start paying attention to what we're doing. So what they're going to start doing inside the hive is they are going to start collecting resources in a preparation to perform an exodus, otherwise known as an abscond, to leave and get to somewhere safer. Gonna pop the cover off. This is called a telescopic cover. Blah. Little tight fit there. And there we have our inner cover with a hole with the wire mesh there. Look at all that activity. That is good. So what I'll end up doing there is we will take the smoke and just smoke right in, get their minds off of us. Let that settle for a second, get their minds going elsewhere. We'll pop this. That initial crack is the propolis and the wood separating. Now, immediately don't just yank it off right away, because they will come flying at you, all aggravated and super duper mad. We don't want that. And Sophia has been known to be extraordinarily mad at me all the time. Lots of bee activity in this. Now this one was a super that came from the Dorothy colony. And the reason why it's on here now is because they were already huge on my first initial inspection of the year. They're already gigantic, so I put a super from the Dorothy colony onto Sophia that had a whole lot of food. I wanted to make sure that they were good to go. Let's see what they're doing up here where the food stores were. So now I love to use these J hooks because you can get right in. There's a little divot right here on the hook. You just pull it right up, pop it up. Makes it super easy to get that first frame out. Now what do we got? What do we got? Nothing? Nothing. That's good. We don't generally normally see eggs on the outer parts of the hive bodies. That girl was stuck. Okay, what do we got here? Nothing here either. Totally normal. Seems like they went ahead and were pulling a lot of that food stores, which is what I wanted them to do. Now this one's got a whole lot of food stores on it still. That's all capped honey. All capped honey there, and nothing on this side, just beautiful wax, beautiful capped honey. So they still got loads of food stores. We are entering a period of a nectar flow. All of our trees are starting to bloom in the area. And remember, your bees will go up to 5 miles away from their home colony to forage, which I think is an amazing feat. I mean, this little creature will travel so far to forage for not only food, like your nectar and pollen, but they will do the same when they need water. They will travel that great distance just for water. Oh, see, there's some honey that I may have opened up when I took that other frame out. So now what they're going to do is they're going to clean that up and start storing it elsewhere. I haven't seen any drone brood. Well, not drone brood. I haven't seen any drones yet. I have seen drone brood. See, like right there at the bottom of that frame, that is drone brood. That is a perfect example of drone brood. It's much larger than your regular worker brood because your drones are larger. And there is some larvae in there. There's some eggs. It's getting a little darker, so it's probably harder for you guys to see that. Let's check this side. See, there's some worker brood towards the bottom of that frame. It's much smaller. It tells us we got a queen right colony. So now, what we're going to be looking for, we've got food stores. She's laying clear up here. She's probably laying throughout the whole thing. That's what this hive has always done. Yeah, look at that lovely worker brood. See if I can set this right here real quick. There's a bunch of pollen here, all the way around the outside, and they also got nectar storing in. Awesome worker brood. No queen cups yet. Same thing over here. Got a lovely pattern going. They're doing great. This is has always been our strongest colony of bees. Now, I keep saying colony when I'm referring to the bees, and I say hive when I refer to the equipment, because your colony is not the hive. The hive are all your boxes. There's our queen. There she is in the bottom right corner. She just ducked underneath. Let's go and pop this one back in. I don't want her falling out. Whoop. So that's awesome, guys. We saw the queen. I did see the queen in Lagertha as well, and she's still got a blue dot. All right, good. Food stores. Ugh, food stores. Looks like they might be prepping for some brood. So we saw a queen. We know she's queen right. We know we're good to go there. What we might end up doing is we're gonna be very careful moving all these over, because our queen's up top. So we're gonna be very gentle moving these over. Always be gentle when moving them. That way you don't squish your bees, or you extremely lessen the chance of squishing your bees. Let's go ahead and move them over. See how that queen, she kind of stuck out like a sore thumb compared to everybody else. It's just like you'll see a lot of people though, they're thinking like your drones are your queens just because they're big, and everyone knows that a queen is big, much larger than your normal worker bee, which is true. But your queen is super long. A drone has a round butt. This worker here, if you can see it, she's got a pointed butt. She's got a stinger. Your drones have a round butt. They don't have a stinger. A drone bee cannot sting you. They're stupid, honestly. They'll run into you. The only thing they're good for in a colony is for mating purposes. In the wintertime, they will kick all the drones out, or a majority of them, unless they're like a super duper strong hive or colony, sorry. Unless they're a super duper strong colony, and then they will allow the drones to stick around until they run out of food. Now, I like these with the hooks, your smoker to have the hook on them. I think you can set them right there, like I did right that on my wall here that I made. All right, now I like to take the telescopic cover, and if you got a hive near, just kind of do that with it. And you have a place to put your box here. This is another deep. Ooga. Oh yeah, they're stuck. See, now I like doing that too, because when the queen's in here, she can't drop out the bottom and like disappear if I tilted this on its side to keep inspecting. Now you'd hear that lovely crack when I break that propolis apart. Ooh, that's a heavy box. Just go ahead and set it right down, right on there. Perfect place. So now, I like these frame hangers. They're stainless steel, they're great. You can leave them out in your apiary like I do. I just kind of do like I do with my smoker and hang it up on my wall. If you don't have a wall, you could easily find some place to hang stuff. It's not that hard. You can just make sure, hey little girls, that you're not going to light things on fire. It's a bad day. Don't light your apiary on fire, people. Let's see what we're doing here. See once again, I'm using that hook. I always use this hook portion for that first frame. I find you kill less bees, and it's much easier to get that first frame out. And I normally only put like one on here. Sometimes I'll put two on that frame holder, just to give myself that extra room. Because the biggest trick is getting that first frame out so you can inspect the rest of the colony. Nothing there. No eggs in that one. What I'm really looking for, if we don't see any queen cells that are capped, or swarm cells that are capped in this, which a queen cell is a swarm cell. If we don't see any capped swarm cells, capped queen cells, capped supersedure cells, we are going to just close this colony up and call it a day, because I've been through the others. So remind you what I am looking for. When I look at a frame, I am looking at their food situation. I am looking for eggs. See, look at all that beautiful pollen. You'll see multiple different colors of pollen there. You got multiple different shades of orange and red there. Then you got that shiny, which is the nectar. They're pulling out of the trees, out of the flowers. Right now you got a lot of dandelion pollen there. That's why it's super important for people not to kill off their dandelions, especially in the first couple months of spring, because that is their first protein source of the year. You spray your dandelions, you kill them off, you're killing bees, people. And not only honeybees, you're killing all your local bees. You know what I mean? Your bees that are living in your area that aren't honeybees, because honeybees come from Europe. These are European honeybees, Apis mellifera. There's some capped worker brood, and you have larvae. I see eggs. Now you probably can't see it on the GoPro, but there's a wetness in there. And if you didn't see that wetness, that would tell you, hey, I might need to feed. But we've got lots of nectar coming in. They're storing it, they're capping it. There's eggs there. We shouldn't need to feed. And I want to try to feed less. I want bees that are stronger, bees that are smarter, and better at utilizing resources. Also, when you look at these, kind of look at the bees' backs. And if you see a mite, you might need to do a mite check quickly, and see if you need to do a treatment. Currently, looking in all of my hives, I have not seen anything, but going into the winter last year, we went ahead and treated just to make sure that we kill off a majority of the mites, because the mites will feed on the fat stores, and the fat stores are what keeps the bees alive and warm through winter. You got to have fat, healthy bees to survive the winter. And this colony has always been a awesome colony of bees for surviving. They've survived 3 so far, or 2 so far. I got this from a local breeder. This colony started from a local breeder, so it's that, yeah, this colony could have survived 3 because he made it into a nuke that overwintered. I am not seeing any queen cells. I'm seeing awesome amounts of capped brood. This is going to be an uber strong colony. We're going to get through a couple more frames, and then it'll probably be time to close it up, mainly because we're basically done and it's starting to get a little darker, so all the bees will be coming home, and I don't want, you know, thousands of aggravated mad bees. Look at that pattern. Oh, that's so beautiful. Got capped food stores there, you got wet nectar, got the brood, got pollen over there. Oh, this is amazing. It's beautiful. I love seeing this. I am so excited for this bee season. Honestly, I don't know if we're going to be getting a lot of honey this year, because I do need to get my numbers back up. So focus, more than likely, is going to be on getting my colonies back up, back strong. And I really think that it'll be from the Sophia hive and my Leia hive, because my Leia hive is my Scratch hive, and they're just booming like crazy right now. They're the ones that have 2 queen cups in them. There's nothing laid in them. There's no royal jelly. So we should be good for now. But I'm guessing within a week or 2, we're going to be seeing queen cells being capped, and the colonies will be preparing to swarm. So I'm getting excited for that. We're going to go ahead and close this one up, because if they were getting ready to swarm, we would see it all over the hive. You would see tens and tens of cells. Now look at this. I went ahead, my glove is ripped. I always carry another pair, multiple gloves on me for that reason. Just go ahead and pop on another nitrile. And the reason I use the nitrile gloves is they don't see the nitrile as flesh. And when you use leather gloves, well, leather, what's it made from? It's made from cow hide, goat hide, what have you. So they will see that as flesh, and they will sting the heck out of it. So I always recommend people to wear nitrile, but pay attention to make sure that if you get a hole, you put a glove on over that hole to keep your fingers from getting stung. Because I'll tell you what, it does not feel good being stung. All right, now that we're ready to close this up, let's go ahead, pop a little smoke here, because that forces them to go down. They go down, they go away from the smoke. I kind of always do the same thing here. Get them a little in there, away from me, a little safer spot. We're going to be careful with this one, because remember, the queen is in here. We know that. So you're going to kind of rotate it up like that and just sit it right on. As gentle as possible. And then you're going to want to square it up, because you can see there's a lip here. So just go ahead and rotate it. I put hands on either side of the hive and just kind of square it up. So we're good to go. Now we're going to put our inner cover on. Always kind of go off the edge here, so if there's any bees on the edge, kind of just pushes them in the hive. And then we'll go ahead and put our telescopic cover. Those last ones, so we're good to go there. All right, we did see a queen, which is awesome. We saw eggs, awesome. We saw brood with good amount of royal jelly in there, or jelly, bee food in it, which is great. That's wonderful. That's what we want to see. This hive is doing awesome. I'm excited for this, because I'm hoping to get a couple more colonies from this colony here, because we've got 7 now total empty hives. we've got room to grow. Right now, these two, they're booming. Leia and Gunhild, they're booming. Sophia is booming. No Name, she's doing good. And the Lagertha is a little behind, but she's gonna repopulate that hive really well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that went well. That was a good experience. No Name hive's doing good. Lagertha's doing good. Sophia's booming. Gunhild's booming. Leia is booming. Now we just need to wait for some swarm cells to appear so I can split them off and get more hives. So that means more likely on Sophia, I'm going to be able to do at least 2 splits off of her and get us into 2 more hives. Gunhild and Leia, boom, 2 more hives. And then we'll just see how they do throughout the year on whether or not they decide to try to swarm again on us. Because if that happens, you know what's going to happen? Boom, more hives. We are going to rebuild. This is going to happen, God willing. We will succeed. I will try my best to get out here more. I've been dealing with some depressive episodes lately. It's been hindering me, but I will get over it. I will overcome. By the grace of God, I will overcome. And we will be successful and get this apiary booming again. I might end up getting a hold of a couple people, Matt, Lance, or Twerk, to see if they got some nukes I can maybe purchase and get a jump start on a couple more colonies. All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the experience of going through a hive and doing a kind of like a full inspection. Me showing you what I like to see, what I'm looking for in a colony. Normally when I'm just doing that by myself, not talking, I'm just flying through. But I've been doing this long enough now. I've gained the experience. I know what I'm looking for. I know how to do it. I hope you guys learned something. We got a lot of good intel right now on how everything's going to go in the future. And we will make a plan, and we will execute on that plan. And we will adapt to any situation that comes up. We will adapt and overcome. We will be successful. I pray you guys are doing well whenever you are, wherever you are. I pray that everyone is healthy, that your families are doing wonderful, and I pray that you guys had an awesome Mother's Day. I need to call my mom, to be honest with you. I've been real busy today. I'm going to give her a call right after I get these girls all hunkered back down and straps on. And I'll probably shoot some messages to see about getting some nukes. All right, guys, I love you. I pray you're doing well. Pray for us. We are certainly praying for you and all my viewers. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And it's a better day this inspection than the last inspection. Catch y'all later. Bye.